Hello everyone, hello. Cesare here with some more Tales of Innocence. We got Vector Stated, we got 10 Gauge Punk, we got Jeremy in chat. How you guys doing? Welcome. Welcome. It is Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas everyone. Yesterday we went and saved the character's not one I can use, but we saved Saint Ange. And then we fought our way to the exit here, and we beat a boss, but I decided to stay in here until then, until today. So, yeah. Have we murdered Ruka yet? No, Ruka is still 10, or is still 10. Is still Trunks from Wish. So, but we do have Ricardo on our team now. Yeah, we got this guy here. We got this guy, Conway. I don't like this character very much. They use the old trope of like having him show up in the party, act all mysterious, not answer any questions about his motives or whatever, and then they're like, all right, sure, yeah, you can come with us. And it's really annoying. He actually just looks legit like a child. Like, not even like the rest of them who look somewhat older. Ricardo Shikamaru. Not the best website that sounds like it isn't Dix.com. Yeah. Alright, anyway, we're working our way out here.
そういえば、リカルドさんのこと、
Excuse me?
詳しくお聞きしてませんでしたね。
I think about it. We do not know what you used to, Ricardo.
名前は知っているな。そして俺は傭兵だ。それで十分だと思うが。
I see that you know my name. Aside from that, I'm a mercenary. I suppose that should suffice.
これから一緒に旅するんだから、もっといろいろ聞いておいた方がいいと思うんだけど。
From now on, you'll be traveling with us. I think it'd be nice if we got to know you a bit more.
かもしれんな。だが全員の名は覚えたぞ。
That may be the case, but I already know your names.
もう
Alrighty?
お前がルカ・ミールだ。雇い主はアンジュ・セレーナ。
You are Ruka Milda. My employer is Anne
あの娘
Serena.
がイリア・アニーミ。あのガキはスパーダ・ベルフォルマ。彼はコンウェイ・タウ。
The girl is Ilya Enemy. The brat is Spada Belforma. He's Conway
そしてあ
Tao.
の生き物がコーダだったな。
And that animal is called
これ
Coda.
で問題なかろう。
With this, I suppose there are no more problems?
確かに今は名前が分かってればいいのかな。それが人付き合いの最初の一歩だもんね。
Maybe it's fine to know someone's name for now. That's the first step to socializing
心
after all.
配するな。俺は傭兵だ。お前たちの輪を乱すような真似はしない。
Don't worry about it. I'm just a mercenary. There's no need for me to disturb your group's
昨日まで
dynamic.
敵だった相手と同じ部隊で過ごすこともよくあるくらいだからな。
I'm already used to spending time with people who were my enemies
その
yesterday.
言葉を聞いて安心しました。
Hearing your voice is quite
では、
relieving.
これからよろしくお願いしますね、リカルドさん。
Then from now on, let us get along,
Huh?
Sir Ricardo.
よろしく頼む。
I'll be in your care. Okay. Question. Why did it turn the audio back on? No, actually, legit, why voice volume is supposed to be like just not on? Why is that a thing? Oh, I can't do that. You fuck! No, I turned off voices on purpose because they're in Japanese. I don't speak Japanese, and it's a lot easier for me to voice act when I don't have to. I say voice act. It's a lot easier for me to read it out when I don't have to wait for them to finish talking, so I'm not speaking over them. Like this. Now Ricardo sure can fight, but can we really trust him? Who knows? He doesn't seem like a bad person, though. I believe he's trustworthy, though. But do you know that he can just switch sides when offered enough money, right? I am sure he's not that type of person. He is the kind of person to honor his contracts. After all, he only turned sides once I paid for his contract's penalty. You're right. If he was the irresponsible type, he would have just ran off with the money. That just means that he'll still turn sides with the right amount. I really can't trust him. Then that may be the case, but if it were you, would you accept the request you did not like? I am sure he allowed me to employ him because he did not enjoy kidnapping me in the first place. So, does that mean that he wanted to be with us? Ain't that nice, Spada? Someone wants to be with you. Shut the hell up, you make me sound like a creep. But that is the case. Please get along with Sir Ricardo, Spada. Well, alright, if that's the case, it can't be helped. It's Huey, Dewey, and Louie, yeah. The way he said "you fuck" sounded like the way the characters in a Tales game would say that if they could. Man, I'm just waiting for a Tales game to just be like, "you fuck." Well, I mean, we got Spada there who told someone to eat shit, so. Phew. We finally managed to get out. Are you alright, Ange? You look pale. I am fine. I just haven't been unable to move for quite some time. So suddenly being able to run has taken its toll on me. Then let's take a rest at Hartman's place. I'm sorry, so please hang on until then. Ricardo, you had an assassination job back at the Western Front, right? Was it a success? Unfortunately, I wasn't able to land the final blow on him. If Hasta hadn't interrupted me, I would have been able to. Ha! Lame! Only my client can criticize me. Besides, since I caused trouble for the Imperial Army, I'd say the job was a success. Let's comfort him. He'll hate it. How unfortunate. It's not something to be sad about. Don't compare me to someone like Hasta. Isn't assassination your forte, though? Pretty much. On that topic, you also came to assassinate me in our past lives, yeah? And failed. Now that you mention it, I've had an interest in assassination since I was a child. It might have been because of my past self. Then does that mean you're now a mercenary because of me? Don't say stupid things. That's just the training that comes with being a mercenary. My past life has nothing to do with my skill today. Well, whatever. I'll count on you to not fail next time. Someday I'll show you my true skill. That sounded intriguing. So Ricardo sure is fair-skinned. Isn't it because he's pale? Am I? I don't really pay attention to these things. You feeling alright? Sorry to disappoint you, but I feel fine. Perhaps being a raper in his past life had something to do with this? If that was the case, Ruka would look much more macho. And it's obvious Spada's not really affected by it. And as you can see, Angus is not a man, is she? Oh my, I suppose the cat is out of the bag now. In truth, Wait, what? Really? I'm just kidding. Ilya, come back here. Oh, I felt the blood drain from my face. I swear to Cielo, if I hear that kind of joke every day, I'll probably end up a fair maiden myself. Alright. I've been interested in assassinations. I was gonna comment on that, thank you. Such a ridiculous thing to say. Could you imagine someone being like, I've been interested in assassinations since I was 12? Or since I was 8? Do I gotta actually go through the Source of Poro again? Apparently I do. Oh, okay, no, it just teleports me through. Fucking right. This game, it's not the greatest Tales game ever, but it does a lot of things that I'm like, okay, this is actually pretty great. Like teleporting me through the Source of Poro. I think just had to pound hammer me. Since the tender age of 6 years old, I have been reading up on assassinations. Getting the lay of the land. Hi, Commander. Now that you mention it, isn't Ange famous here? Is it fine if we let people see her? Good question. It probably is not. Then let's hurry and hide at Gramps' place. Now that that's decided, let's hurry up and go, young master. Young master? Exactly what are you? Nothing. I'll remember this, Ilya. I mean, I'm pretty sure Ricardo knows who you are. It doesn't seem like Naus hunts deviants as frequently as I expected. Indeed, it might be with Regnum's domain, within Regnum's domain, but in comparison, is less lively. Although infrequently soldiers from Naus space would come and patrol the town. Despite that, Regnum can't freely interfere here. I suppose it's not called a holy city without reason. Thanks to the Grand Cathedral and its believers, the capital's influence here is comparatively small, but now... In any case, it won't hurt to lay low as we do our business here. I don't want you to cause any more uproar. You merely adopted assassination. I was born in it, molded by it. By the time I stopped assassinating people, I was already a man. He never stopped. Alright. Oh, I need more of these. Cool. Okay. One day I'll get used to having to push that button. Today is not that day. Exactly. Or it might be that day, but it's Christmas Day, so no one's gonna be here for that. Gramps, you there? My young master. My apologies for not being able to welcome you properly. Young master, huh? Yep, he's called young master around Hartman, so don't forget to call him that. Stop that! Oh, it seems that you have made some new friends. Please make yourselves at home while I prepare some tea. Now that we have finished our self-introductions, Sir Ricardo, who asked you to find me? Ah, that's right. Let's talk about that first. It would be an abuse of confidentiality if I reveal my client's information. It's what I'd like to say, but so be it. The person who asked me to find you is a noble named Albert Grandiosa, from the northern kingdom of Tenos. Do you know him? Albert? No, even if he were an acquaintance, the name does not ring a bell. Maybe he's a noble that secretly fell in love with you? After all, you're really pretty. Surely not. I have never been to Tenos before, nor do I know someone from that place. Well, I won't deny Ange being pretty, though. I wonder why he wanted to have me rescued. Apparently, it's because you're a reincarnator. Then what? Is that Albert guy also looking for reincarnators? Just like Mattias. Mattias? Who's this Mattias anyway? Apparently they're the head of the church which attacked Ilya's hometown. Maybe Albert is also looking for the Genesis, just like Mattias is. You see, I remember him asking me the same thing when he learned that I was also a reincarnator. Something along the lines of, do you know about the Genesis? And what is this Genesis anyway? It sounds familiar, but I can't seem to recall. I'm sure I knew about it in my past life, but I can't recall it either. I have a bad feeling about this. Hey Vector, I'll be here for my usual length of time. I see. Genesis, huh? Ugh. Ilya, are you alright? Something the matter? It's fine. I just got a headache all of a sudden. Oh, it's gone now. Oh, I know. It is what's called... It is what caused Cielo's destruction. This is horrible. We have to stop them. The Genesis caused Cielo's destruction? Was that it? Actually, that might be it. I can't remember. Then if this so-called Genesis has the power to destroy Cielo, why is it in Taro? If it is what caused Cielo's destruction, then we can conclude that it was originally in Cielo? Maybe it fell when Cielo was destroyed? Are you telling me that Mattias, that witch, attacked my village for this? So Mattias and Albert want the Genesis for that reason. If you think about it logically, they might want to use it in the war. I don't understand it that much yet, but basically, if we let them have the Genesis, it will lead to something bad, right? Then that means we have to get to the Genesis first. I won't let Albert or Mattias have it. We might end up getting in trouble than we can handle if we keep asking these questions. Oh no, there's something else I'd like to know. You're Kongwei Tao, correct? You claim to be a reincarnator. You claim to not be a reincarnator, but how can you use Cielin arts? It is quite common from the place I am from, though. Technically, what I use are not Cielin arts either. Besides, I believe Rook and the others see me as more trustworthy than you are. More trustworthy than I am. What are you implying here? That means that... What I mean is that you are a mercenary that can be easily bought with money. I beg your pardon. Hold on a sec. What's with this all of a sudden? I just don't want to side with an employer with with unclear goals. That employer in question shall give her permission for Ruka and the others to observe you as well as let Kongwei accompany us. As she says, so be it. Right, that's enough for tonight. So, about tomorrow, why don't we try gathering some information at the capital since we're all short on leads? At Regnum, indeed, we should... That would be a nice place to start gathering information. Now, everyone, let us stop this conversation for a moment as I serve dinner. Coda has been waiting for this, though. Coda loves Gramps and Gramps cooking. Looking at Ilya and Ruka now, I really can't believe these two were lovers. Well, duh, that was ages ago. We're talking about our past lives here. Ashura and Inanna were quite close back then. Seeing those two now, it feels somewhat off-putting. Right? Putting it bluntly, those two were like two idiot lovebirds. What the hell are you implying? They were constantly flirting with each other, even in public. They were famous, too. The first couple from two warring kingdoms. Speaking of which, how did you two end up together? Ilya was starving, so she ate my hot dog. No, not that. I do not care how you two met. I met Ashura and Inanna. Tell you the truth, I don't really remember. Not that I'm embarrassed about sharing it. I'll tell you what I know about it. So Inanna defected to Census, right? She practically strolled out of the battlefield and into Ashura's arms. Warriors were so entranced by her beauty that they simply watched as she passed by. Defected, huh? Wonder why she did that. Did something happen when she was in Ratio? Love born from the flames of war? How romantic. But them being from two warring factions didn't affect the relationship that much, right? It just sounds like trouble if you ask me. Well, I'm sure they eventually realized their mistakes. Right? Man, these women are so unromantic. At this rate, Ruka might never have a chance in getting along with them. Sheesh. Helia, romance breaker. In a pragmatic story, she's the type to break down all notions of romance. She's just a realist. Spot up, one who worries about future love. Someone who worries about his friend's future love life. He worries over others more than himself. A true friend. That wasn't a euphemism. No. Not at all. Are you leaving now, young master? It has been such a long time since I have cooked this much. I must say, I quite enjoyed it. Gramps' cooking was really tasty, though. I'm glad to hear that. Young master has made a wide variety of friends, too. Right? Please, do not hesitate to visit once again. I shall be waiting for you. Yes, sir. Then take care, Gramps. Then, as Ilya and Imai proposed last night, we shall head to the capital of Regnum. Is that fine with you all? Wait a sec. Is something the matter, Ilya and Imai? Nothing's wrong with heading to the capital, but why are you addressing me by my full name? I don't really like uptight characters, you see. Well, it's a standard practice for the military, and as a mercenary, I've had to pick up some of their customs. Just call me Ilya, alright? Everyone's fine with that, right? Especially you, Ruka. Got that? Yeah. Is something the matter, Ruka? You sound quite reserved. Well, I was just worrying about how my parents are faring. That's pretty normal. Brats have the privilege of relying on their parents, so you don't have to hold back. Why don't you take advantage of that? Come on, you've heard about the Deviant Reformation Act. We were captured by them before, you see? I see. So even if you wanted to go back, you can't. Then so be it. Ruka, are you sure that is acceptable? Sorry, yes, I'm fine with it. I've decided not to whine in front of others anymore. I finally become strong thanks to Ashura's power. That's why I have to be emotionally strong too. Also what? Ilya, you still need my power, right? Then I'll try hard to see this till the end. Damn right! Wow, you're really something. Excuse me? I mean, you've really grown. Alright, let's head to Regnum. Ange has joined the party. Okay. Let's swap Conway out for Ange. Just so we can get used to using... Yeah. Okay. What kind of stuff does Ange have? A church-issued dagger, benediction. Now you can equip the amber robe. Can give you a ribbon. A woman who is said to cure any illness or injury. One whose heart is eternally merciful. I swear my upstairs neighbor has decided to just up their music constantly every day, louder and louder. Her previous life was the wise General Orapiel. Her manner of speech is proof of her superior intellect. A woman who serves the church, offer thy prayers to Cielo today. Wait, she loses some HP and some TP, but gains E defense. Alright. Jeremy, do you wish you had an Ultra Ball in real life? How I met Conway. Mr. Conway, about that time when we met in Regnum. You know, that time you accidentally bumped into... When I accidentally bumped into you and your book fell? Ah, now that you mention it, that did happen. I bumped into you quite hard, but you didn't get angry at all. Did you, Mr. Conway? So when you asked me if I wanted to travel with you, I was glad someone so gentle was coming with us. You've helped us quite a lot too, despite not being a reincarnator. To be fair, it would be troublesome for me if your journey suddenly ended. I'm sorry? No, it's nothing, it's just... I'm only helping because I'm interested in you. I doubt you. Interested? Why would you be interested in me? Oh, my bad, I did not mean it like that. It is just that I am glad that I got to experience a lot of things while traveling with you. Oh, wait, what is with that long face, Ruka? Well, I'm worried about how Regnum must be faring. Like, if the war has gotten worse enough, that it might have reached Regnum already. No, there's no need to worry about that. Well, if you say so, then that must be the case. What a relief. I'm glad that you trust me, but did you consider that I might just be lying to reassure you? Really? It is rash to just believe my words as is. For now, why don't you decide after you've heard the reason why? I see. Then how do you know that Regnum hasn't become a battlefield yet? The towns surrounding Regnum and Naus, Garum and Marmot. Naus is in Regnum's territory to begin with. Meanwhile, Garum tends to use their own terrain as a defensive measure to keep the war in check. Lastly, Marmot is a neutral town and has no hostilities with Regnum at the moment. I see. To sum it up, Regnum is far away from any of the battlefields, as of now, so there is not much to worry about. That's how it is. As far for Regnum's hostilities with Tenos, I have heard that its battlefield is a bit farther north. On top of that, the highways around Regnum are well supervised and maintained. And that's why there's no need to worry about your parents, Ruka. As he says. Is that not nice, Ruka? Yes, that's a relief. Thanks, Mr. Ricardo. There are a lot of conversations / cutscenes in this. Okay. suppose I could buy an accessory for her. I didn't actually look and see what style stuff we're getting it for you either. Oh, wow, you got a lot. Okay. Alright, next one we're gonna get is 120. Okay. Alright, what kind of arts do they have? I assume... Okay, yeah, she's a healer, an attacker, and a melee. What? And a thief? Okay. That's a fucked combo. Our next destination is Regnum, correct? That reminds me. Hey, Ruka, what kind of town is Regnum? Well, let's see. Regnum is... Wait a second. Didn't we meet in Regnum? Don't you remember? It's not like I had time to go sightseeing. I was being chased around by the church, remember? All right, let's see. Regnum is a town that has deeply rooted history of leading the whole continent. In general, its people are prideful and stubborn. Oh. Well, Ruka sure doesn't look prideful. There are bound to be some exceptions in a large group of people. Oh, well. Why are you laughing? At least stand up for yourself. At least you said it. At least it'd be less harsh this way, right? Rather, I find the humility and modesty are Ruka's strong points. Is that so? I thought it's because he's submissive, though. So, are there any other characteristics about Regnum we should know about? Regnum's rate of industrialization and production is high, but its self-sufficiency rate is usually low. Yeah, I learned that at school, but when it comes to war, its citizens are mostly indifferent to it. This is because Regnum has enough military power and resources to hire mercenaries, so its citizens remain unaffected. So basically, they're blissfully ignorant, just like Ruka. I'm not At the very least, you should be able to explain what kind of town your birthplace is. I have no excuse. Hey, Ruka, do you still remember what Hypno said back then? I think so. I think it was, I shall judge the consequences of your deeds myself. Indeed. I don't think I've managed to accomplish anything. Even if I did manage to unify Cielo, everything still got destroyed. We still haven't remembered enough to come to a conclusion. From now on, you shall have to observe it yourself and be the judge of what Ashura has managed to accomplish. Ashura did manage to end the war, but I wonder if that even meant just the mere fact that he was able to end the war is great enough as it is. It is? Is it? By ending the war, the soldiers who were supposed to die are able to raise their children and cultivate the land. With that, Ashura had laid a foundation of prosperity for our country. It is a shame that all of that got destroyed. I wish I could have seen a flourishing Cielo. Okay. I think that's my main complaint about this game, is there's too many conversations. Like, they happen like every couple steps. Ilya, is your headache from yesterday gone? Yep, I'm alright now. Were you worried? Maybe she had a teething fever. After all, the church talk was pretty complex. Yeah, it might have been too complex for both of you to understand. Huh? Huh? Crap, that might have come off differently as I intended. Got a problem? Just because you can study doesn't mean you can brag, got it? Basically, you think we're stupid, huh? That is, I honestly did not mean for it to come off that way. I want you to know that I did not think you guys would take offense. I apologize from the bottom of my heart. What the heck are you saying? I mean, I ended up using the wrong term for it. I'm sorry. Alright. Hang on. See, we're outside of town now, and... Hey, Ange, I wanted to ask something about Cielo. Yes? What is it? You'd mentioned before that the faith collected from Terra was used to maintain Cielo. What does that mean exactly? I believe you were when Cielo and Terra were parts of a whole, were you not? If I recall correctly, those who were exiled from Cielo came to live in Terra. Correct. Cielo ended up using all of its power when creating Terra. To compensate for that, Cielo began collecting faith from Terra. Basically, the faith from those in Terra became necessary for Cielo's maintenance. Faith gathered from prayers is a valuable and strong power, but that too gradually decreased as time passed. Why so? Is it because we who were once Cielans slowly forgot our heritage as gods? Then the reason to ask for Cielo's salvation disappears. Or when the reason for Cielo's salvation disappears, faith does too. As time passed, we eventually forgot the reason why we were exiled from Cielo, and along with it went our faith. In order to unify the varying theories on Cielo and Terra's existence from the doctrine, the church was created. Then the church was useful in sustaining Cielo. That might not be the case. When the doctrine was created, numerous interpretations started floating around, and believers followed the interpretation which suited their own preference. As a result, the faith that Cielo ended up collecting was different from what they needed. Guess it can't be helped. But that couldn't be helped, right? People weren't obligated to beg for the Cielans' forgiveness. Indeed, when you have found joy in living in Terra, you no longer consider returning back to Cielo. So, ever since Cielo and Terra's separation, Cielo's destruction became inevitable. I'm sure someone has. Alright, give me a sec, guys. We're gonna save our game here, and we're gonna take a quick break. Okay. Don't go anywhere. We got more tales here for you in just a moment.